In today's video, we are going to prepare the herb planter for the new season. So if you've been around for a while, you know that I have this nice little rollable steel planter. I'll show you how it rolls at the end, I guess. But this little girl has been resting for the winter. So I have lots of herbs that grew through here all through last season and did huge harvests throughout the year. And then she just kind of went to sleep. So I didn't cover the garden or anything during the winter. Brought some of these herbs indoors to overwinter, and now I'm ready to start using this herb garden again. So this is late April in the Chicago area. So just a few weeks off of our last threat of frost. So it's a great time to just kind of try to grow a couple of things, some that are frost tolerant and some that really don't like frost. I'm just gonna kind of try my luck because why not, right? So I just wanna walk you through the steps that we need to take to get this garden ready to plant for the new season. It's super simple. So if you want the directions to put this steel planter together, they're actually available. I have a whole herb garden guide ebook, and I'll put a link to that here in the comments or the description of this video. But it shows you how to make this steel rolling planter. So this thing is pretty fun. So it rolls, so it comes up off the deck so that it doesn't hold water. So it's got drainage holes. It's all set up to grow loads of herbs. And I've had so much success with this and lots of fun. So what we're gonna do, I had already pulled most of the herbs. As you can see, the chives have already come back. So these died down through winter, and then they've all pushed up new growth. And they're actually, a few of them are starting to get ready to flower, which is fun. So chive blossoms are so fun to use in the kitchen. I'll have to do a video or something to show you guys. So this thing, I don't know what this is, to be honest, but it was one of our perennial herbs. But I don't see any green growth on it, so I'm honestly just gonna pull it up. Now you could cut it at the base, but I don't know, I'm feeling like pulling something up today. So the no dig method would be honestly to leave the roots in, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull them up. Now you can also see there's some cilantro that's coming up from seed, and this is pretty fun. So this just kind of self-seeded itself last year. Self-seeded itself. I don't think that's the right way to say that. Self-seeded and then it's done, right? So this self-seeded, and that's the best kind. So this cilantro should come up and do really well. We're gonna add some more to this space. So I'm gonna pull that out, toss it over there, and then I'm just gonna kind of rake the top of this garden space. So there are some leaf debris in here. There's some little shells and, you know, a couple of different things that I don't necessarily love having in this space, but it's not that big of a deal. And I'm gonna be adding something on top of here, so it's not a huge deal to me if this isn't picture perfect. But I do like to rake it, maybe grab, pulling out some of the leaves won't hurt anybody and probably will help better germination. I'm gonna be planting some seeds in here. So I'm just gonna kind of clear out. You can see there's some little snail shells. This is mostly either from last year's growth or I used a compost that unfortunately had a lot of snail shells in them. So clearing out the debris, kind of tossing it over here. And then we're going to add some compost. So if you've been around these parts for a while, you know that I love compost. Compost to me is like the answer to pretty much any question in the garden. Like if you're having trouble, compost is at least like half of the answer. So I have this organic mushroom compost from Espoma. I like their brand a lot. I don't always buy it, but this one was pretty affordable at the garden center, and I've had success with it. And this, I was buying a locally produced mushroom compost, and it had those snail shells in it, which I didn't love. So I'm just using one bag in this bed. This bed is 2 feet wide, and I think it's about 6 feet long. So it's about 12 square feet of garden, and you're gonna be shocked this season to see how much we can grow in this little bed. I'll actually put a link to a video I did of a harvest from this bed. But here is the compost. Even better if you have your own compost and you don't have the plastic bag and all that stuff. So I do have a composter I'll show you in another video. And I'm working on having my own compost, but I don't have any ready right now. So you can see how rich this is. Look at this, it's so dark, it's so loose. It's really an ideal planting material. So compare this to this. And I think I like this one better. How about you? So all we do is really just cover the top, say 2-3 inches of the bed. I'm doing this without gloves. You might want to do it with gloves if you have nails that look better than mine. But just basically spreading it in here. You can use the rake. I guess I didn't even think of that. But that's all we have to do to get ready for planting. So just basically leveling it out, covering. Also, you might want to take out the football. If there is a football in your garden, you might want to move it. I mean, you could leave it here, but probably it might get in the way of your plants. So here you go, Ponyo. There you go. All right, so we're gonna keep leveling this out, and then you can plant a variety of things in here. So you can either plant from seed or from plant or both. And we're gonna do both today. I'll show you a couple examples of what I'm gonna plant in here. And it's pretty fun. So if you're just a beginner gardener, if you've got a patio or a front porch, or let's say you're on a high rise or something like this kind of project is so fabulous for you because it doesn't take a lot of space. It's very easy to tend and take care of. And it's really gonna give you so much growing experience in a very small space. So I highly recommend starting with herbs and starting with a container like this. What I love about this one is it's really large. So oftentimes I'll have clients who say, Nicole, I can't garden. I kill my stuff that's in a pot. And I'm like, well, it's really hard to keep things alive in a pot because it's super small, right? But this is a large enough size where the plants are generally going to be able to maintain themselves for a period. Like if you forget to water them or you forget to move them out of the sun or something like that, they can tolerate more than if they're just in one small pot. So this is a great size to start with. Again, this is a 2x6, and I think the height is like just over a foot tall. So if you're planting your herbs, I'm gonna start with actually some plants. So this is a purple basil, and I bought this as a start from the nursery. My dogs are barking at my daughter. It's a really normal thing. So I bought this as a start. See, all these plants are just right here in this one start. So believe it or not, we actually want to separate these out a little bit. They're going to grow better if they have some more space. So I'm going to take this and just kind of gently break it apart. And at this point you could choose. You could choose to do 3 different plants like this, or you could even break it apart further. So believe it or not, each of these is its own basil plant, and really would prefer and grow best if it's all alone, if it has space for it to grow by itself. So the one danger of separating this further is you could end up damaging the roots if these are all entwined with each other. So what I like to do is just kind of give it a little tug, and if it works, which it looks like it is going to, it's not too entwined, then I actually end up with three totally fresh new basil plants. So these you want to plant immediately because they are super fragile right now. And then you'd also want to water them in really fast too. Because like I said, they're kind of like Siamese twins that just got separated. So it's almost like ICU for them, if you know what I mean. So you want them to go straight into the garden. And what I do is I dig a really deep hole. I try to give as little root disturbance as possible, and then, cover them up to the neck of the plant. So I'll show you how I'll do it with this one. So I'm going to pull these apart, try to get them all the way down to the roots, and then I'm going to dig pretty deep here, slide it in, and then support it up to the neck of the plant, just like that. So that's how you plant a plant. So if you get a plant from a local nursery and it's all together like that, especially basil, it's really helpful to divide it like that. Now, like I said, these are going to be super fragile plants, so I will need to be watching them and watering them quite a lot. Also, as you heard, I am not yet out of my frost date, and basil is not frost tolerant. Basil does not like frost. So if we have a threat of frost coming up, I'm gonna need to cover these plants with like some frost cloth to make sure that they don't die or they don't get burnt by frost. Okay, so that was red Reuben basil. And now to close up, I'm gonna show you a couple of seeds I'm gonna be planting in here as well. So I've filled this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now that's 8 basil plants. So pretty crazy. I took 1 and turned it into 8. All right, so there are so many herbs you can grow from seed. I'm gonna show you my favorite ones. So to start, like these woody herbs, they can be grown from seed, but I wanted to show you they're a little bit harder. So I have broadleaf sage, wild thyme, rosemary, and oregano. And these can all grow from seed, but they all have pretty small seeds. So my best bet has been just kind of shaking these over the garden area. Look how tiny those thyme seeds are. I mean, they're tiny, and each one of those grows into a big thyme plant. So I'm actually not going to be planting these from seed in the bed, but you could do them. Generally, these are going to do better if you start them indoors and then bring them out and transplant them as more mature plants. But what does do really well, planted from seed in this garden, are going to be all your basil seeds. So I have a licorice basil, I have a Genovese red Freddy basil. These are both from Baker Creek. I have an opal basil. This is a sweet basil, Thai basil, all the basils, people. Here's aromato herb basil, and then basil lettuce leaf. And then I have one botanical interest. It's called Genovese basil. That's actually my favorite basil. And then you can also do cilantro, parsley. Here I have a parsley, a moss curled parsley, and a cilantro. Those are also herbs that grow really well from seed. These are from Southern Exposure. So these from seed are gonna do well right now. We're still inside of our frost time in Chicago. And these plants, cilantro and parsley, actually don't mind frost. So I'm gonna be a little wild, and I'm just gonna make like a little line here to show you an idea. So I'll just do a little indentation here, and I'm just going to take this cilantro seed and just kind of drop one every 2 or 3 inches like that. And then I'll just barely cover it up. And then I'll do the same thing on this side. So I'll make a little line, and then I'm just gonna drop a few right in a row. Some may end up getting double seeded. You can see how that one did a lot, more than double. And then I'm just gonna cover it up. So I can do cilantro like that. For the parsley, it's much larger, much smaller. So they, I find, are a little bit harder to grow from seed. I'll show you. These look like carrot seeds, actually. So for this one, let's say I want to just do a couple of parsleys here. I'm just going to make like a little square, and I'm just going to kind of scatter the parsley here in this little square. And then gently cover it up. Then I'm going to come over here and do the same thing on this square. So I'm a big symmetry girl. I love having a little bit of symmetry in the garden. So I like planting. You can see how I like to plant stuff so that it mirrors each other. All right, so we've got parsley, we've got cilantro, we've got basil from plants, and then I'm gonna finish up with some basil seed. And believe it or not, this is just the beginning of what I can grow in this space. So I also have mint planted here on the ends, and I can add all kinds of other things. Rosemary, thyme, oregano. I can add some flowers like nasturtiums or calendula. So this is Genovese basil. I really want to grow a ton of Genovese basil this year. So I'm gonna take this space here and kind of clear it up. I'm just kind of tussling up the compost with my hand. I'm gonna take these seeds, they're very tiny. Love my dirty hands here, and I'm just gonna kind of scatter them. Now I will most likely need to thin these seeds as they grow in, but that's okay because I love little microgreens of basil too. So I'm just gonna scatter like that, rake them in a little bit with my hand, and then I'll go down here as well. Ponyo, my dog, he's loud. All right, so that, my friends, is that wild and crazy? I know, right? but it works. So you'll have to watch throughout the season to see how this herb garden grows in. I'll be adding some other things as we go. Next, I'm probably gonna do some nasturtium seeds because I'd love to have nasturtium kind of draping over the sides in between the chives. So that's my plan. We'll see if we can make it happen. All right, so stay tuned and take the challenge to grow your own herb garden. I know you're gonna love the experience. And whether you're a beginner gardener or a seasoned gardener, I would really love for you to take on the challenge of not buying herbs from the grocery anymore, but growing your own. And you can get started right away with this method. It works so well and you'll get tons of herbs all season long. If you'd like more information on how to set up your own herb garden, especially if you want to learn how to set up a rolling steel planter like I did, you can check out the comments and the details below. I've got links to everything set up for you. Thanks so much for watching. Here's to you in your herb garden. See you next time. Bye.